Man's spirit is largely connected to his place of work. Where you work determines your productive life cycle. Do you even know your rights as a worker in a private or government-owned organizations? Has your rights been violated and you didn't know how to redress it? The Workplace Magazine is your answer. The Workplace Magazine is designed to be a one-stop medium for national development through working class activities, which all workers of all classes need to have. Oh yes, every worker needs work. The Workplace Magazine features socio-economic analysis of work environment and workers' right information, authoritative news about the working class, medium of working class engagement and intervention, democracy and workplace governance, developing leaders at work, workers' health, welfare and social life. To tap our business line, subscribe, advertise your product, express your opinions, and you can also be our vendor. For more inquiries, call 0818-453-0788 or 0809-166-6674. The Workplace Magazine. Quest for justice and decent work.
Hello and welcome. My name is Tosin Ann. Thank you for joining us on the second edition of Meritocracy and Work. We have been able to address the issue of what meritocracy is and work. Also, we have been able to address how it affects work engagement process. Thank you for coming, Mr. Joel.
Thank you for having me once again in this edition of Meritocracy and Work.
Thank you. Mr. Joel, so can you tell us how serious, what is the gravity of this meritocracy and work we're talking about? How serious is that issue?
It's very, very serious, like I said in the last edition, that we cannot pretend that meritocracy and work doesn't have a relationship. We cannot pretend that meritocracy doesn't play a very significant role if the expected productivity level of the country's performance is anything of concern to us. We cannot pretend that meritocracy and work are not intertwined for us to have a national development as it were.
Now, taking that into cognizance, can we say that meritocracy has something to do with gender preference at work?
It has a lot to do with it, because when we are talking about meritocracy, it's not only restricted to instances where you are related by blood as a basis for you to step down merit. But it also goes to explain further some other factors that does not really matter in the issue of merit.
Merit, okay.
Like the issue of gender you just mentioned, there is this International Labour Organization Convention 111 of 1958, and it's also in a way related to Philadelphia Declaration about discrimination. On one hand, you discover that some people are being discriminated on the basis of gender. But on the other hand, you now discover that some people use their gender status to influence employment or work engagement. For example, you see a young lady who approached an interview panel, and because of previous relationship, outside formal relationship, now being the basis upon which she is employed, that is not, it means you have totally stepped down merit. But we can call that one trade by barter, because you have given it a head. And I said in the closing, as my closing shot in the last edition, that when employment is based on the relationship, blood relationship, okay, brother of the sister of my cousin, but in this case, you engage somebody because she is your girlfriend. You have stepped down merit, and you have compensated that person for what she has given to you previously. That person can never be motivated, and the organization is not going to be good for it.
Is it just the female now? Because I noticed that whenever we talk about, gender discrimination, it's just females. Is it just about the females now?
It's either way.
Okay.
But you mostly found it female prospective employee against male employer or male recruitment team than male prospective employee against female recruitment firm or employer. So that is just the instance. Either way.
Okay, now can you tell us, we've heard of everything that has to do with meritocracy and work, and we have seen how far this can mar the country's economy. Can you tell us other implications of how nepotism can be either reduced to the barest minimum or totally eradicated from the Nigerian engagement process, engagement
Thank
process?
you very much. We have now agreed that meritocracy is the opposite of nepotism. Having established that, suggested solution could be so many, but let me just pick two. One is the issue of what is our perception about merit, as a national orientation about merit. What do we call merit? Is it because it favors you or favors me? It becomes merit. But when it doesn't go our way, it's no longer merit. So we have to address the issue of value orientation first, or national orientation.
Does that affect national character thing? You know, we talk
Federal
about federal character.
You see, that is the second point to it. Because there is a popular saying in Yoruba tribe. Let me carve it in English because of our viewer. They say that if you are calling for the elder in a family, the remnant of that family in terms of male will come out regardless of the age. If the oldest male child in the family is 15, and you say the elders of this family should come out, those are the people that will come out. That is the problem with the federal character. If you are saying a certain percentage of this employee should come from a particular block, and unfortunately that we are not equally educated, we are not equally sound, and we are not equally intelligent in terms of different sectors of the economy. And because we have ceded certain percentage of employment group to them, they will have to produce. Even if it is their turn to produce the president of the country, they put forward the best person they have. And the best person from their side may not be good enough for the kind of transformation and the agenda that we need to pursue as a nation. That is the problem with federal character. I think it should be scrapped. That's my suggestion, one. Secondly, national value reorientation. We have to have a standard as to what merit is, and we go by it strictly. Until we get to that level, we may not get the desired development, the desired transformation, and the desired global outlook that we expect. Because what we are going through as a nation, in terms of the way we run our things, is giving us is a potent danger as to the way the global community sees us as a country. So these are some of the things we need to look at so as for us to have a safe land when it comes to the national image and development.
Do you think there are a few things that we need to consider when we're trying to, put down these rules to measure merit?
You see, it is never, no matter how fast you travel on wrong lane, it is still not too late to make a U-turn. But if you are afraid of making U-turn, you go deeper into the problem. If we have identified that this is the problem, let us make a sharp U-turn. In fact, a very sharp U-turn. It is not going to, all of us will not benefit from it, from the U-turn, but at least when we measure it in space of 5 or 6 years, we will see the good side of it. And we also need to have a standard measurement of productivity so that we will know whether we are progressing or retrogressing. We don't measure our productivity, we only assume that we are being productive, we are developing, and when we are to be weighed from objective scale, we discover that we are not really what we think we have.
Do you think that we have the human resource to measure our productivity?
You see, I can tell you honestly that we have human resource, we have structural resource, which anyway needs to be regimed, and we also have natural resources to take care of all of these things. But mismanagement of all of these things is responsible for why we are where we are.
Yeah.
It's not only natural and financial resources they mismanage in our country. They won't even mismanage human resources. Like this was the meritocracy now. Somebody who had studied very hard, acquired the needed knowledge, and you technically shut him out of competing for a job. It means you are wasting away one of your human resources, and that is why we have this greener pasture mentality. Trained in Nigeria, but because they could not have their way by the kind of structures and systems we run, everybody looks for greener pasture elsewhere. And from the medical sector, some of them go to United Kingdom, United States, and India. And when our leader, who mismanaged these human resources, looking for a better medical service, they go to India, and at the end of the day, Nigerians will treat them in India.
Wow.
And they'll not be wondering, you are a Nigerian, you study in India. Oh, I didn't study in India. I studied in one of the universities in Nigeria. But how do you come? Because of the structures and the systems we have in Nigeria, it will not accommodate people like us. That's why we have to look for greener pasture. And even when you ask people like that to come back to Nigeria on appointment, when they weigh the options, they will still not want to come back.
Mr. Joel, I want to go on and on and on and on. But I think we have to draw the curtains here today. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you
for enlightening us on meritocracy and work. Thank you out there, viewers, for watching this episode of Meritocracy and Work. I'm sure that you have learned one or two things. I'm sure that this message is getting to the right desk, and you can watch it and listen to this. Meritocracy and work, they are inseparable. We have to do it for our nation. We have to do it for our country in order for work to move forward. You have been watching WORK360. I am Tosin Ann. You can contact us on the social media handles displayed on the screen and the phone numbers. Thank you for watching WORK360. WORK360 is a production of the Workplace TV, a subsidiary of the Nigerian Workforce Strategy and Enlightenment Center, NIWOSEC. I leave you with this message: be productive,